Well, g'day there traders and friends right around the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this very special, very important Wednesday afternoon market recap. Obviously today, the Federal Reserve has updated its stance on its monetary policy. What it has essentially done is that it's really tied any future rate increases or hikes in reference to the continued strength in the labor market, and also most noticeably will be that inflation target of 2%. At the moment, obviously, that current appreciation in the US dollar is working in some form of a deflationary situation for the US economy. So to go out on a limb and to say that, look, even an interest rate rise in September is still a long way away, or it's very uncertain that any actionable stance will be taken by the Fed in the immediate future. Now, however, the markets today have really rallied on the back of such a stance. You can see the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up over 220 points. During today's trading session, however, it was down close to about 140, 150 handles before that Fed announcement. Obviously, the sentiment has started to shift. It makes sense technically that, of course, we are going to see buying pressure. We did expect volatility to begin the week. It appears as though the markets are going to resolve themselves to the upside. Pay attention to the March highs established in early March. That's a really good target, at least for this week, on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's also a very good target on the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq is a little bit different at the moment. We're still pushing very close to those March highs. We're very close to closing above those highs made on the 1st of March. So you can see that at least the sentiment is very, very bullish on the back of this most recent Fed announcement. When we drill down into our top 13 individual trade list, a lot of stocks which have been sort of bottoming are really starting to turn. You can see stocks such as Caterpillar with a very nice bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. You can see another stock such as Baidu having a very nice long day Morobozu candlestick. Stocks such as FAS, again, really trying to push above that resistance which we've been struggling to get above for the entire month of February. We've got Amazon with a really nice daily candlestick indicating that, look, we may be starting to oscillate back up to the resistance at $390 a share. These are a couple of stocks which I'm referencing right now. The reason why is because given the Fed's stance and, of course, the interpretation by market participants, it appears as though the market is going to resolve itself to the upside. It may only be short term, but when we get back up to these resistance levels, obviously we'll break down the markets and set up some really nice trades. I'm very excited to bring you this weekend's Pivot Point Pro Analysis workshop because finally it appears that we are going to see commitment, momentum-wise, one direction or another. At the moment, it appears it's going to resolve itself once again to the upside due to that sentiment shift from the Fed announcement. That will do us for the Wednesday afternoon market recap. If you are in any short positions, I'd strongly encourage you to at least mitigate risk. Now, you should have done this leading into the Fed announcement. I made it very, very clear to at least monitor today's trading session. It was going to be widely volatile. Just one market in the Forex, obviously, which I'll reference on the topic of volatility. The dollar index today saw somewhat of a flash crash. You can see this long lower wick. Check this out. Here we are, opening the day about 99.60 on the index. We got as low as 96.50. We were down 3 cents in the daily candle at one moment in time. So you can see that, yes, volatility did creep into the US dollar index. However, the VIX index dropped immediately, dropped I think $3 on the back of that Fed announcement. So you can see how these types of things come together to give us a really good outlook on what the market is doing. So thank you so much for listening to this Wednesday afternoon market recap. If you have any questions whatsoever, email me success@pivotpoint-trading.com. I look forward to seeing you all in that weekend analysis workshop. Until then, stay safe. Have a pleasant evening. Goodbye.